Hello science fans, and welcome to SHE-ensya's Corner. Here, we kick back, relax, answer some of your questions, and talk about science events, both great and mundane, in the life of your resident Filipino scientist. It's November 1, 2020, science fans. I am Chona Camille Vincicruz Abeledo, your resident Filipino scientist, and welcome to episode 5 of SHE-ensya's Corner. So these past couple of weeks in quarantine, we've been in recovery mode. I had to get my right third molar or my right wisdom tooth extracted as it was severely impacted and have quite recently resulted to inflammation of my gums and infection of the local area. The operation went longer than expected and was a little complicated because the root of my tooth was very close to the inferior alveolar nerve. Science fact! The inferior alveolar nerve is responsible for providing sensation to your teeth, and together with the mental nerve, also ensures that your chin area as well as your lower lip is able to feel touch, heat, and other kinds of sensations. The roots of your teeth can actually wrap around or push against the inferior alveolar nerve. If it is at any point damaged, it can result to a condition called paresthesia. Paresthesia is an abnormal sensation of the skin, such as tingling, prickling, numbing, heat, or any of those weird things. Not unless the nerve is completely severed, paresthesia should be able to heal itself within 8 weeks, and maybe even faster if you take vitamin B supplements. Vitamin B complex is composed of 8 B vitamins: B1 or thiamine, B2 or riboflavin, B3 or niacin, B5 or pantothenic acid, B6 or pyridoxine, B7 or biotin, B9 or folic acid, and B12 or cobalamin. Each of these B vitamins contribute to your bodily functions such as cell health, growth of red blood cells, maintaining your energy levels, achieving good eyesight, ensuring healthy brain function, allowing for good digestion, generating a healthy appetite, ensuring proper nerve function, keeping balanced levels of cholesterol and hormone production, improving cardiovascular health, and maintaining muscle tone. A 2017 review indicates that supplementing with B vitamins has the potential to promote nerve repair. This may be because B vitamins can speed up nerve tissue regeneration and improve nerve function. B vitamins may also be useful in relieving pain and inflammation. Luckily, despite the hellish post-operation pain, I did not get any nerve damage. A huge shout out to my orthodontist, Dr. TJ De Los Reyes, for doing quality work. I was such a big baby during the operation and she was so patient with me. So if you're interested in quality dental care, please drop by the Asian Square Dental Clinic at Circuit Makati. Apart from taking time to recover from my surgery, the past couple of weeks have also been demotivating as a scientist. I couldn't help but question the relevance of a science channel dedicated to inspiring the youth to go into STEM when I live in a country where scientists are belittled, ignored, and even called bayaran. Add to that budget cuts to our project, delayed deposits in our budget, confusing administrative processes. It's been a very frustrating and challenging past couple of weeks. But then how can I give up when I have the most amazing set of hardworking research associates who've been working tirelessly for the past 2 months, even without a regular salary? So to Miss Courtney, Karen, Kenneth, Hillary, and even Marcos, thank you so much for doing everything that you can to keep Crab Tech going. We'll keep on doing this para sa bayan, para sa agham, at para sa teknolohiya so that we can keep supporting the local mangrove crab industry. Now, a few weeks ago on the Why series, we talked about the science of makeup. Why has human society gravitated towards wearing makeup in the first place? Let's hear what science has to say. I was inspired to do another makeup video because of so many high-quality, fresh, new Philippine brands of makeup popping up. I've actually featured some of them in the video, such as my favorite foundation, which is Elana Mineral Foundation. And then there's also this eyeshadow palette called Diwata by Filipinta. I'll put a link in my description box below so you can check them out. Science fact! Although we might not be constantly thinking about reproduction, our bodies might be. And this is evident in our choices of people to whom we are attracted to, based on how our body seems to have an innate way of weeding out potential partners that might have scary mutations. Good symmetry indicates the ability of an individual to develop successfully in the face of environmental pressures and is therefore one proposed indicator of genetic quality. Starting at conception, the human body develops by neatly splitting cells. If every division were to go perfectly, the result would be a baby whose left and right sides are mirror images. But nature doesn't work that way. Genetic mutations and environmental pressures skew symmetry, and the results have lifelong implications. Fluctuating asymmetry is a useful measure of individual variation in development, being the outcome of differences in genetic factors such as inbreeding, mutation, and homozygosity, and environmental factors such as nutrient intake, parasite load, and infection. Preferences for symmetry can then, potentially, provide direct benefits by avoiding contagion of potentially infectious diseases, and indirect benefits by providing healthy genes for offspring. So we've already talked about the concept of symmetry and how it's closely linked to the association of beauty. But in recent years, we've seen less classically attractive faces making huge waves in Hollywood, such as Benedict Cumberbatch and even Eddie Redmayne. So we can see that the concept of beauty continues to evolve over time, and it may even be linked to human evolution itself. So I'm quite excited where the concept of beauty will move on a year from now, or maybe even a decade from now. And hopefully, SHE-ensya will still be there to talk about how it has changed so far. In the most recent episode of our What's It Like series, we also featured sheroes who are 21st century farmers who've started to grow their own food.
Hello, science fans! I am RJ Pescador Malyari. I'm biologist and coastal resource manager and an urban planner.
Hello, science fans! I'm Che, and I'm the owner of Yolanda's Garden Farm.
As we brace for another super typhoon hitting the Philippines, we get to see that the effects of climate change is becoming more and more felt. And there is a high necessity for us to start changing our practices when it comes to production of many things, including food. Science fact. The Philippines is highly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change, which includes sea level rise, increased frequency of extreme weather events, rising temperatures, and extreme rainfall. But it is also beautiful to see the efforts of our sheroes, inspired by their loved ones, to find ways to grow their own food, which is actually key in finding more sustainable ways for our survival. And with that, we move on to Q&A. Our first question in this episode is about the SHE-ensya website and what is the easiest web service to use. I actually started blogging in college, and the content management system that I used then was WordPress. So I'm very comfortable with using the site. The SHE-ensya page is mostly text, so it works for me, although it also has layouts that are better suited for more graphics or image-heavy content. The use of WordPress is also initially free, until you're ready to pay for additional services such as hosting, a proper domain name, and so on. Another question that popped up is about the subjects I teach. For long-term viewers of the channel, I've often talked about how I teach biology subjects, but more often specialization courses in genetics, cell biology, and ecology. I love teaching lab courses where we get to extract DNA, do genetic engineering experiments on bacteria, or do fieldwork on the beach and check the water quality of different sites. But I also teach zoology, where we get to dissect frogs, botany, where I teach students how to grow plants, and also fundamentals of biology for non-biology majors. I've been teaching since 2007, so it's actually been a very long and interesting journey. So that's it for SHE-ensya's Corner this week. If you have any questions that you want answered, please post it in the comments section below. Or you can send it as a message through any of our social media accounts. And speaking of social media, please follow SHE-ensya on Facebook and on Instagram. Drop by our website also at www.sheensya.com. You can also follow my personal IG account at shona.abeledo. I hope you were able to learn something from our episode of SHE-ensya's Corner this week. If you did, I hope you can give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please don't hesitate to message me, your resident Filipino scientist, in the comments section below. Thank you very much, and see you around!